So very good morning students. So the previous class, see we finished about a related to constraint. In that constraint, that one constraint we finished, that is about a Atwood mission. See in that Atwood mission, actually related to when two bodies are suspended freely by using a pulley. So that for that we finished about a one problem also related to Atwood mission. Now let I'll tell you another constraint. Suppose one block of mass is m. Say let us one block of mass is m, which is placed on the smooth table. The block of mass is you say m2, and which is connected by the thread, and the thread is passing over a pulley. And there is another block of mass is m1, which is hanging vertically down. The thread is passing over a pulley. The thread is passing over a pulley. Therefore, there is a tension remains constant because it is nothing but a what? This will be the, you can say here, it is to be tension remains constant because massless thread. And there is a weight of the body, m1g is hanging down, and there will be a m2g is acting down like this. And there is a normal is acting up. See, by using this constraint, again we have to find here acceleration as well as the tension, acceleration as well as the tension in the given thread. So that there is a condition will be m1 greater than m2. Condition is m1 greater than m2. So that there is a m1 is accelerating down and there is m2 is accelerating horizontally like this. So acceleration of the system is remains the same A. Now let us you take a first free body diagram FBD it is. So you take a M1 block, there is a condition is M1 greater than M2. So that here M1 block which is acting down M1G, and there will be a tension is acting up T, and which is accelerating down. Of course M1G is greater than tension, therefore there will be a, you write like this, m1g is greater than t, then the resultant will be represented as to be, it is fr downward direction. So by using this information, again you write a resultant force here, fr is equal to, it is m1g is minus t, but this m1 block is accelerating, then you say m1a, then m1a is equal to m1g minus t, and tension is equal to m1g minus m1a, then t is equal to, you take a common m1, g minus a. This is the equation 1 it is. This is the equation 1. So t is equal to m1 of g minus a. And coming to the next one, you take a next free body diagram FBD for second block, that is m2 block. So that you take a m2 block, say which is actually, it is accelerating, it is normal is acting, it is along the direction is t is it is accelerating with an acceleration a. So according to the Newton's second law, there will be a tension is equal to, we can say m2a, because it is accelerating along the direction of a tension and with an acceleration a. So you write here directly, it is m2a, so it is equation 2. This you substitute here, simple, this t is substitute here, you will get the acceleration of the system. So that m2a is equal to this 2 substitute here like in a place of t. So m2a and m1g minus m1a, this you take this side m1 plus or m1a plus, m2a is equal to m1g. So m1 plus m2 into a is equal to m1g. So acceleration is equal to m1g by m1 plus m2. So this is the acceleration of the system. So which we can take as the acceleration of the system when the block is accelerating on the horizontal smooth plane. On the horizontal smooth plane when the block is accelerating to be like this. So it is a one constraint, we know the acceleration. Now let us, we have to find the tension also. This you take as a 3 equation. Now these 3 again you substitute here. Same 3 expression you substitute in the tension, then we'll get the tension will be, it is m1g minus, it is m1 of a, that is m1g by m1 plus m2. Look at here. Again look at here. Actually we have here M1G and there also M1G is there. You take a M1G is common here. One M1G is common because M1G is common. 1 minus M1 by M1 plus M2. So here T is equal to M1G of M1 plus M2 minus M1 by M1 plus M2. So you cancel M1 M1. T is equal to here M1 M2 G by M1 plus M2. This is will be the tension. See, the given constraint is to be like this. Therefore, this is will be the tension. So when the object is placed to be like this, therefore this is the constraint related to 1. Okay, and coming to the once you go through this, clear. So this is the one constraint which related to our question. It is so that you see this and on the basis of this I'll tell you one problem also. So look at once this concept. Okay. Clear? It is about a one constraint, and coming to the next constraint I'll tell you, that is related to, see, there is another constraint is there, that is we'll see the next constraint. See, actually there will be a, suppose if the constraint is given which is placed on the inclined plane. See, I think what is mean by inclined plane, I'll explain you inclined plane. So suppose the block is placed on the incline, that is inclined is nothing but we can call as the wedge. Right here, actually we finished one constraint, and the next constraint, before that constraint, see, I'll tell you one problem on the basis of just we finished a constraint, no? See, I'll tell you the problem for that constraint which is placed on the horizontal, that is, so there is a one problem given, right? Suppose two blocks are suspended. See, it is not a same related. In the material it is given one problem example. See, I'll tell you, I'll read the problem, then after we'll see the question for that same constraint. Say two blocks which are placed on the horizontal table like this. So there is a two blocks of masses is given, M2 is given 2 kg it is, and here M1 is given as you take another block is 3 kg block is given. So it is one example I am telling, not exactly the material given, so that there is a tension will be acting towards each other. There will be a M1G is acting down and it is M2G is acting down. Is asking find the acceleration and tension. See, by using this constraint, so just now we derived the acceleration formula as well as the tension also we derived, right? So by using the two expressions, let us now, I'll give you the solution for this. So there is an acceleration for this constraint, so which we can take like this by using this constraint. So we'll get the acceleration formula. Just now we finished. So based on that, I'll give you the formula for acceleration and tension. So that here acceleration for this A is equal to M1G by M1 plus M2, and tension will be given as T is equal to, for this constraint, M1 M2 G by M1 plus M2. Actually we finished this just now. Now use this information here. M1 is there, and you take a acceleration due to gravity is 10 meter per second square. So A is equal to M1 is 3 into G is 10, 3 plus 2. Of course, A is equal to 3 into 10 by, it is 5, 5 ones, 5 twos. So it is 6 meter per second square for this constraint which is shown in the figure. And as well as you also find the Same here also you take the situation, that is tension T is equal to M1 is 3 into M2 is 2 into acceleration 10 plus 5, 5 ones 5 twos. Tension will be, it is a 6 twos are 12 newtons. Like this one method related, one problem related to the previous constraint it is, right? The body is placed on the horizontal table and another is hanging down because which is placed on the smooth. So for this acceleration is 6 meter per second square and tension is equal to 12 Newton. So this is the one constraint example, one problem it is here and here. Now coming to the next one, we'll see the, suppose you take a one like a inclined plane. See, suppose what is inclined plane? Inclined in the sense is like you know wedge. So the wedge in the sense is, it is also another like you take, it is given as one inclined. On this inclined in the sense is like it is triangle, like a right angle triangle we can say, which making an angle theta. Here in the case there is a weight is mg is acting down, there will be a normal is acting up and which is suspended by a thread like this, and there is a one block of mass is m1, this you say m2 block. Of course here also condition is same, m1 greater than m2. In this case also you take as a m1 greater than m2. When the two blocks are suspended and which is shown in the figure, there will be a tension is acting opposite to each other. There is an acceleration, this is an acceleration. We say m1 greater than m2, there will be m1g is acting down and here m2g is acting like this, so that the normal is balanced. Now it is the resolutions. So now m2g can be resolved into two components, m2g cos theta it is, and here it is m2g sin theta. Again we have to find the same. In this case also what we have to get? Acceleration we have to find and tension in the string also we have to find. So which is placed on the smooth inclined plane, which is placed on the smooth inclined plane. So that you take a first free body diagram, FBD you take, there will be m1g and tension T is acting, which is accelerating down. Therefore resultant will be represented as same. See, so this all constraints are like this only we have to find. First of all resultant, then after tension, like that we have to take, it is a m1 block. So resultant Fr is equal to, we can say m1a. So of course Fr is equal to m1g minus T. So here Fr is nothing but you take as m1a, this is m1g minus T. So that the tension T is equal to, here it is m1g minus m1a, then tension is equal to you take as g minus a. So this is, we can say, one expression. Yeah, of course another one is there on the inclined plane, no? Therefore you take an inclined which is like this, there will be a m2g is acting down, normal is acting up, here is a like this m2g cos theta, and here it is m2g sin theta, and there will be a tension and which is accelerating up with an acceleration a. Yes. So this is the given information in the our given this one, right? So that by using this, now you write a resultant here, so that the resultant Fr is equal to T minus, because it is greater than m2g sin theta, m2g sin theta. Of course second block is accelerating, no? You take as m2a minus T m2g sin theta. Here it is like this. So directly you substitute T value here in this expression 2. So now from 1 and 2, from 1 and 2. So here you write, that is m2a is equal to T will be m1g minus m1a minus m2g sin theta. You take this side, m1 because minus is there, no? It is becomes plus m1a plus m2a is equal to m1g minus m2g sin theta. So that here a is common, m1 plus m2 is equal to m1 minus m2g, that you take a g is common like this. So acceleration will be m1 minus m2 g sin theta into g by m1 plus, this is will be the acceleration, this is will be the acceleration, right? Okay, and we have to get the tension also. Yes, of course this acceleration you substitute anywhere, here you substitute, in this case we will get the tension. So that it is, you give as a 3 expression. Now this 3 substitute in 1, substitute a 3 in 1, therefore T is equal to m1g minus m1 of m1 minus m2 sin theta by m1 plus m2 of g. Yeah. Now simplify this. Again here look at here, m1g is common, you take m1g is common from this, so that 1 minus, look at here, m1 minus m2 sin theta by m1 plus m2. Again you take an LCM, therefore it is will be m1g m1 plus m2 minus m1 plus m2 sin theta by m1 plus, so m1 is cancelled, so t is equal to m1g of m2 is take a common from this, 1 minus sin theta by m1 plus m2. So this is the next constraint. So to get tension and acceleration will be like this. Is it okay now? So we can take like this. These are the constraints related to this chapter, and here we'll see one on this basis. If any problem is there, then we'll do the problem. You go through the constraint. It is one constraint given. Right. So this is the one constraint on the basis of laws of motion. In this laws of motion, this is the next constraint. Okay. Right. So there is a right. So this is related to the constraints. So let us about a laws of motion, these are the constraints which related to the laws of motion constraints. Now let us, so about a Newton's laws is finished, but in this again another topic is there, that is related to the friction. Sir, here the second topic in the laws of motion, you take as the second topic laws of motion, friction. You say friction, it is second topic in the laws of motion, that is in the laws of motion. In this second part is the friction. Yes, this is very important. Sir, what is mean by friction? So friction is nothing but a very simple, it is a one type of force. First I want to tell you, it is a one type of force. Yes, of course it is a one type of force. And here I'll tell you first what are there in this friction. See, friction is due to irregularities. Sir, what is mean by irregularities? I'll tell you one thing. You see the pen, so the pen, or you see the board, this board is look like a smooth, but it is not exactly smooth. Because if you observe the high resolution power of a microscope, therefore there we can see by using the microscope, therefore that shows in the microscope, that shows the irregularities, nothing but it is look like say rough. You see the pen also look like say smooth. If it is smooth, if we can hold like this, yes, we can hold it, because here on our finger there are some irregularities, because it is a rough. Like that only on the pen also there are some irregularities, therefore that irregularities are interlocking. So that the frictional force is due to irregularities or interlocking. Frictional force is due to irregularities or interlocking. If interlocking is more, therefore there we can say friction is more. We can say like this, right? There is a interlocking is more, therefore we can call as the friction is more. Friction is a irregularities, due to irregularities. because of interlocking between the two surfaces. And you remember, in the universe, there is no smooth surfaces. Naturally, we will not get any smooth surfaces. All surfaces are rough surfaces only. Because of rough only, yes, we can hold it, we can walk on the surface without slipping, because there is a friction is there. Friction is always opposes. It is a one type of force and which always opposes the motion of a body. When the two surfaces are in contact, suppose you take a one body which is placed like this, therefore this body is moving on the other surface, so that this surface is always opposes the motion of a body. Suppose the body is moving in the forward direction like this, therefore this other surface is, it is resist the body, it is resist or it is opposes the motion, so that the friction is nothing but it is a resistance or it is a resistive to stop the body when the two bodies are in contact. When a body is moving on the other surface, therefore that frictional force is always act opposite to the motion of a body, and it is always a tangential to the surfaces in contact. Tangential in the sense is parallel, we can call parallel. Tangential surfaces are in contact, nothing but we can say when the two bodies are in contact, therefore when the two bodies, one body is moving on the other body, there it is to be the forces which always act opposite to the motion of a body and it is parallel to the surfaces in contact. That is, we can say tangential force. Frictional force is a tangential force. Tangential in the sense is which always act parallel to the two surfaces in contact. This is about a friction. And here, friction is due to adhesive forces as well as cohesive forces. Sir, what is adhesive? What is cohesive? Cohesive in the sense is the force of attraction between the same molecule. That means you take a water, yes, water molecules are attract each other. There is a force of attraction between the same molecules which we can call as the cohesive force. Second, adhesive force in the senses. So there is you take a chalk piece is placed in the water, therefore this water molecule is attract with the chalk molecules. There is a force of attraction between the chalk molecules and water molecules. That means here the force of attraction between the two different molecules, chalk piece molecules and water molecules are attracting, and here pen molecules and our finger molecules are attracting. Yes, there is a adhesive force. There is a force of attraction between the two different molecules. Yes, there is a force. So that frictional force is due to adhesive and cohesive forces also. Cohesive in the sense is there is a force of attraction between the same molecules. Adhesive in the sense is there is a force of attraction between the different molecules. So that the frictional force in the sense is the force which always act opposite to the motion of a body and it is tangential surfaces in contact. When the two surfaces are in contact, it is act tangential to the surfaces in contact, which we can call as a friction. And friction is due to, it is a irregularities. Friction is due to cohesive and adhesive force, and friction is due to molecular force because it is acting between the molecules. Not only that, friction is due to, remember, friction is due to self-adjusting force. It is a self-adjusting. I will explain you what is meant by self-adjusting. Like it is, we can take as a friction, and here one more is there. Friction is electromagnetic in origin. That means say here the molecules are, it is rest, no, rest in the sense is there it is to be electrostatic charges. The charges is there for the molecule, charge is there for molecule. So that is to be disturbed, no, then we can say frictional force is an electrostatic force, or we can say frictional force is electromagnetic in nature or electromagnetic in origin. So that the friction is nothing but it is a one type of force and which always act opposite to the motion of a body, and it is always resist the body. Of course, sometimes it is also help us also, frictional force also help us to the move the body. I will tell you the examples also for that, so that it is related to the friction, and friction how will get the friction to be like this, right? So this is the introduction part of a friction, and you remember it is a one type of force, and frictional force is nothing but we can say like this. And we will see in the next class continuation friction. Thank you very much. We will see in the next class.